Well, welcome to the Toyota post-game report, and I have the opportunity to speak with the head coach, Mike Lyons, today after a great game against Calgary. Your team just played so well, especially in that final half of the game, and maybe even more so in the fourth quarter when they needed to play. What were some of the differences in the game today compared to yesterday when you played Calgary?
We composed ourselves a lot better today. We did take a lot of penalties tonight, but we were a lot more disciplined. They weren't selfish penalties like we ran into last night. Our penalties were physical and taking the body today, which is, you don't mind those as much as the, undisciplined behind the play, selfish penalties, which we ran into last night.
So I noticed in the first half you had about 9 minutes of extra penalty time compared to Calgary. Croswell kept you in the game, but in the fourth quarter, I think you only had one penalty. What was the difference? The guys certainly played far more disciplined. They were really playing aggressive still.
Yeah, in any sport, they're going to let a little bit more go later in the game. I think they probably did a bit of that tonight. Croswell, our penalty killing, was fantastic again. They've won a few games for us this year. Croswell stepped up and had a fantastic game, obviously. And I think we were more composed tonight. We kept it together. No one was getting carried away on the bench or no too high, not too low, and we were even keeled, and that's what we need to be.
When you play these back-to-back games and you have an opportunity to play a team, come off a real tough loss, and you come to play today, what are some of the adjustments you made today? What were the things you talked about with the players? What were the focuses so that you could make sure that today's outcome was like it was?
Well, like I say, first and foremost, the biggest thing we had to do was, be more disciplined, more not selfish, not playing for ourselves. You got to play for the guy beside you, and I think we did a lot better of that tonight. We say we were composed. We talked a lot about, our discipline and, what we needed to do to, stay out of the box. We would have beat that team last night also. We did a great job cutting off their transition. We're probably the best transition team in the league. We did a fantastic job with that. And, we just played a hard game for 60 minutes, which is something we've struggled in the past doing for 60.
It seemed on a transition you had done some things to really eliminate. With Jeff Snyder playing as the face-off guy, you really seemed to, especially in the second half, slow him down so that he wasn't able to get that ball down the floor as quickly as he normally does.
Yeah, the plan is, he's a fantastic draw guy, and we just, try to take the body every second, every chance we had to take his body, took his body, and hopefully, wears down on him. Shane did a fantastic job, Bennett on the draws, and Suter. They both battled really hard with him, and he didn't get the clean, pick up and goes like he's used to doing. He had a couple of them for sure, but he's used to picking that up, 70% of the time and just going down the middle, and we did a good job slowing that down.
Well, it's great, and congratulations, first of all, making it to the playoffs. That's great news. Now the great plan, I guess, is let's get a home game in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's been our plan since day one, to get a home playoff game here this year. We put ourselves in a position to do that. We got Washington next week. We do own the tiebreaker with them, but a win in Washington next week, I'm not positive. I think it may even clinch our second place for us, depending on what they do tonight. Next week, huge game. As good as this game was right now, if we go out and don't have a great one next week, we sort of throw this to bed. So we bounce back and be ready for next week.
6,500 fans appreciated the way the team played today. You could see they were excited about it. They especially loved in the final quarter where you just kept on putting in those goals. It felt really good to see that. Your players seemed to be really excited at the end of the game also.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've lost some really close games this year. We've had a chance to clinch a playoff berth now for our last 4 games, and we haven't been able to. We've squandered a few chances that we should have. We're, relieved, satisfied, but I think, we're looking forward to the challenge that lies ahead of us.
Well, thanks, Coach, for being part of the Toyota post-game report. Good luck with the rest of the year, and congratulations on a great game today. Your players played well, and you did a great job coaching them. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
K-A, side step.
Well, we're here with sworn player number 20, Andrew Suter. Andrew, an incredible game today. 4 goals scored. Tell me a little bit. You had a chance to play Calgary yesterday. You played him today. Why the difference in the scoring?
To be honest, last night we started off great first half. Second half of the game, our defense fell asleep. We got caught on a couple of transition goals, And I think that we thought that we had the game in the bag more than anything. And tonight we know that to win, we now secure ourselves a playoff spot, but that's just the first step on our pedestal. We owe it to our fans and we owe it to our owner to have a home playoff game in the Hive this year. And I think that's why you saw things jump up another level tonight, is because we really want a home game for our fans. I played in only a couple of rinks as a rookie, but there's no fans that can compare to the number, the loudness. It's just unbelievable. And for us, we owe it to them and we owe it to ourselves to have a home playoff game in this arena.
It's great. Now, Andrew, one of the things that happened in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, we started off a little weak, but once that happened, you talked about transition in yesterday's game. Your transition team today worked incredibly well in that last part of the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, our transition was huge tonight. But before transition, it all starts with our back wall. Kevin Croswell tonight was unbelievable, through the roof. The kid gets a chance to come in, give Patty a break, and Patty has been our MVP. And Cross stepped in tonight and just showed that we have the two best goalies in the NLL. So when you have a guy that you can trust, when a team lets go an outside shot, you can trust to start to take off because you know that he's going to crest the rebound and we're going to have a fast break opportunity. And we're lucky to put him in the net tonight. And sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. And tonight they went our way, which was huge for us.
Let's talk about face-offs today. One of the things that fans oftentimes don't know is how much work goes into preparing for face-offs in the NLL. You were up against one of the finest face-off people in Jeff Snyder from Calgary. You really seemed to slow him down in that third and fourth quarter. What were you doing to make it so difficult for him to get the ball?
To be honest, I tried in the first half to try to beat him. And like you said, Jeff Snyder there's no maybe, he is the best face-off guy in the NLL. So once I realized I couldn't beat him, I kind of went to the strategy where I let him win it, and I was trying to take away the fast break because Jeff can put the ball wherever he wants. So my objective was just to kind of get in his way, slow it down. If you also notice, we put an extra man back on the defensive end to slow down the fast break, so if Jeff got it, he would have been double-teamed right away. So we kind of played into his hands in a sense. So it's kind of like a card game. We kind of saw his hand and knew kind of what to counter with, and don't get me wrong, it won't always work because Jeff has those games where he can go 90 to 95% in the circle. And even tonight, I can tell you, I probably didn't win a lot of faceoffs, but the thing that I'm happy about is that Jeff wasn't able to just scoop it and go down, because if he gets a shot on net, he puts the ball where he wants to as well. So taking Jeff Snyder out of the game is something that if you want to beat the Calgary Roughnecks, you're going to have to do.
Well, thanks very much for being part of the post-game report for Toyota. Great game today, 4 goals, outstanding job as a drawman today, and great work as a transition player. Hope things go well with the rest of it. Let's get a home game in the playoffs.
Thank you very much, and I would not be surprised when you see us in the playoffs this year at home.
Take care. Thank you. Welcome to the Toyota post-game report, and we have number 31, Kevin Croswell, with us, the goaltender for the Minnesota Swarm today. Kevin, amazing game. The fans were so excited. Your teammates are just out in the hallway talking. All they were doing is talking about the great game that you played. Tell me a little bit about what it was like with these, with the shots coming at you. Certainly were busy.
Yeah, I just felt great in there tonight. I was seeing the ball real well. Defense played well. They were giving me the opportunity to see the ball, not a lot of screenshots, and yeah, it felt good to get back in that net and stop a ball game.
When you're playing in a game where you've got 2 games in a row, a Friday night game played, you come off of a disappointing loss when you guys were playing so well, you come into a game like today, what's on your mind when you get into that net?
Well, basically save every ball. I mean, we definitely needed this win tonight, and yeah, I'm glad we got it done tonight.
In the first half of the game, your team was, I think, 21 minutes in penalties compared to 12 of theirs, so you were certainly facing a lot. They had 3 power play goals. You were major change in the second half, where fourth quarter, I think there was 1 penalty against your team. How does that affect your play as a goalie?
Well, tonight, like, we played well. I was seeing the ball well and covering up my rebounds, so those guys didn't get those second opportunities and third opportunities on those power plays. So they did score a few goals on the power play, but they're always going to.
So how does it feel to be part of the importance fact, knowing that now the Swarm have made it into the playoffs? You're going to probably have an opportunity to help them maybe go towards a home team advantage.
Yeah, hopefully I get another shot in the net there, and yeah, hopefully we just keep rolling with this and keep winning games.
Well, it's great to have you as part of the 1-2 punch of a great goaltending group for the Minnesota Swarm. Again, number 31, outstanding game today. Certainly there was the player of the game for the Toyota Group 2, so we congratulate you for that. Wish you the best in the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. We'll hopefully we'll keep rolling with this.
Thanks. Good luck.